Hi guys, welcome all of you. So this is the next session in TestNG series, and in this session we will see a very important concept and component of the TestNG framework, that is TestNG Listeners. Okay, so you will find this component used in each and every automation framework in the companies. Okay, in the real-time projects we use these listeners in our automation framework. So what are the different TestNG listeners and what are the different methods available in these listeners? So TestNG listeners are important components which provide set of interfaces that allow you to customize test execution process by intercepting suite or test events, and depending upon these events we can perform certain actions. Okay, so those actions you can perform before, during or after the event occurs. So these listeners are going to listen to the events of the, let's say, TestNG method. So depending upon the events we can perform certain actions as per our requirement. We can perform certain actions, and those we can perform before, during or after the event occurs. So we already have the TestNG annotation, right? Before suite, after suite, before class, after class, before test, after test, like that. So these annotations also help us to perform some action before starting our test case execution. Okay, but that do not listen to events of the TestNG methods or TestNG classes. So TestNG listeners are different. Those will perform the action depending upon the suite, test or class events. So all these TestNG listeners are interfaces. Okay, in the Java we have the interfaces concept, right? So all these TestNG listeners are interfaces. So these interfaces consist of multiple methods. So we need to implement some or all these methods available in these interfaces. So all these methods available in the TestNG listeners are default one. Okay, those are not abstract. If those are abstract, we need to implement each and every method from that interfaces if you want to use the methods, right? So we need to implement only the method that we are interested in. You don't need to override all the methods and provide the implementation, because those are default one. So this is a very important point if someone asks you in the interview. So we just need to create a class and implement the method that we are interested in our automation framework. So let's see some of the commonly used TestNG listener interfaces and their corresponding methods through some diagram. So I have created this mind map so that it will be easy for all of you to understand and remember. So we have the TestNG listener. So there are around 5 to 6 commonly used TestNG listeners. So first one is ISuiteListener, then ITestListener, IClassListener, IInvokedMethodListener, IReporter, and last one is IAnnotation transformer. Okay, so they have given the meaningful name to these listeners, ISuiteListener. That means this listener is going to provide some methods and that allow you to listen to the events related to the test suite. Okay, so all these methods will invoke automatically before starting the suite or suite is completed. Then let's look at the ITestListener. So these allow to listen events related to the test method. For example, starting the test, or when test is successful, when test is failed, when test is skipped, when suite is started, and when suite is finished. Okay, so this ITestListener will contain few methods that allow you to perform this action depending upon the events at the test level. Then we have a IClassListener. So this will be at the TestNG class level. So this provides methods that allow you to listen to the events related to the test classes, such as when before class starts or after class finish. IInvokedMethodListener. So this allow you to listen events related to the method invocation. Okay, such as before method is invoked or after method is invocation is completed. Then we have IReporter. So this listener, TestNG listener, will provide a single method, and that method allow you to generate a custom HTML or XML reports depending upon our test result. So you can customize your HTML TestNG report by using this IReporter TestNG listener. And we have this IAnnotation transformer. So this interface contains a single method that allow you to dynamically change the test annotation at runtime. So we can change the parameters also, right? So for a TestNG method we can use priority, we can use the enabled attribute as well. Then we can use the data provider attribute. Okay, so all these attributes you can customize by using the method given by this IAnnotation transformer. Okay, so let's see the corresponding methods available in these interfaces. So let's see the ISuiteListener method first. So there are two methods, one is onStart and onFinish. So these methods accept the argument suit, okay, ISuite. Okay, so these methods will be automatically invoked before starting the suit, and this onFinish will automatically invoke after finishing the test suit. Then coming to the ITestListener methods, so there are around 8. Okay, on test start. Okay, so as name suggests, you will understand the meaning and when this method will be invoked. Okay, so if you want to perform some action when test start, then you can use this method. Then if you want to perform some action when test is successful, means when test is passed, then you can use this on test success. Then we need to capture, let's say, screenshot, or we need to capture logs as well. So you can use this method on test failure. Then when a test is skipped, okay, due to some reason, then this method will be used and you can perform some action when test is skipped using on test skip. Then we have on test failed but within success percentage. So we will provide some percentage. If failure is under that percentage, then we will mark that as a pass. Then these two are related to the suit, on start and on finish, which we use the ITest context. So we will see with the examples practically also. And last one is on test failed with timeout. So we will provide some timeout. So there are few methods which will be failed due to the timeout. Means if we provide the 1 minute of timeout and let's say few TestNG methods got passed, but those took around more than 1 minute. So we will mark those methods as failed and you can perform some action using this method on test failed with timeout. So invoked method listener contains two methods, before invocation and after invocation. So these methods require two parameters. One is invoked method and ITest result. Okay, so both the methods require these two parameters. Then we have a single method in this IReporter. So using this generate report method, you can customize your HTML TestNG report. So I will scroll here. Okay, so this required list of XML suite, then list of ISuite and string output directory where you want to save the report. Now in IAnnotation transformer, again there is a single method. This is also a default method given in the TestNG Listener. This is transform. So this transform method required multiple parameters. One is annotation, then class, test class, then there is a constructor, test constructor, and then method, that is test method. So all these are the commonly used TestNG listeners and their corresponding methods available. So you can take this screenshot and this will definitely help you to memorize this mind map for the TestNG listener. So thanks for watching guys. I will see you in the next video soon.